Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Reject Films, back with another review. Another Wild Eye releasing title that was sent to me for review. This is The Devil's Well from 2018. Hell is just below the surface with the tagline here. I didn't know anything about this movie going into it, and it sounded really interesting from the synopsis and everything like that. This movie is a documentary slash found footage film, which I'll admit that I'm not the biggest fan of found footage films. They're just all typically kind of the same thing over and over with some jump scares here and there and everything like that. But yeah, this one, the documentary part of this film was done really well. A lot of fake interviews and stuff like that with investigators and everything. But yeah, the found footage part was okay, not as good as the documentary part, but basically it starts out with, like I say, the documentary part, and they're talking about the disappearance of a woman named Carla, and her and her husband Brian were on a paranormal hunt or whatever, going to the Devil's Well, which is located in the basement of this house or building or whatever like that. It was like an old industrial type building, and she disappears, and they pretty much come to the conclusion that he's responsible, and he's denying that he had anything to do with it. So after about a year, I think, goes by, and Brian, her husband, hires a team of investigators to go to this place and prove his innocence, pretty much. And like I say, that's when the found footage starts, after about a half an hour of the movie. And for about another half hour, they kind of wander around the building there, and you just have like a creepy vibe the whole time and everything, but you don't really see anything till about the last half an hour. You start seeing people running by and stuff like that. And then eventually Brian is left in the room with the well by himself, and that's when Carla reappears, and they're trying to get information from her, see where she's been and everything like that. And she's not really talking, not really saying anything. And then the main person leading the investigation group finally does a one-on-one with her, and she starts talking. He is asking her what her name is. She's, I have no name, names aren't important type stuff. You never really are told what happens, what happened to her for like that last year. And eventually the members of this cult start appearing and start doing harm to the investigators that are there, the paranormal team. And some crazy shit happens towards the end and everything like that. I'm not going to give everything away. I try not to really do too many spoilers for you guys, but occasionally you have to give some things away. I will say that I watched the trailer afterwards just to see how this film was advertised, and it was definitely advertised a lot different than it was. A lot more stuff went on in the trailer. Pretty much everything you see in there is like all of the action. But like I say, overall, I think it was a really well done film. Like I say, I'm not a found footage fan, but I actually liked all but one of the paranormal team. Did a good job acting, except I think one of them, the woman who kind of communicates with the spirits and stuff. And I think she was very good, but the rest of the team actually did pretty good, especially the main tech guy. I liked him. I think his name was Dennis or something. I definitely recommend checking this one out, especially if you guys are fans of like ghost adventures and ghost hunters and stuff like that, and you guys are into haunted house type found footage and everything. Here's the back. This is actually like the end scene here, so it kind of gives away what happens just by looking at the back. But Again, here's the synopsis. Behind the scenes, deleted scenes, short films. I didn't watch the short films, but I did watch the behind the scenes, and the people who, or the person who directed this, what was his name? Curtis. He had done a film right before this called Sheepskin that was released by Unearthed Films, and he just wanted to do something really quick and didn't have a whole lot of budget left, so he figured doing a found footage film would be the best route to go, and pretty much hired a lot of people that he'd worked with before and a couple of recommendations and everything. So yeah, I mean, if you don't have a whole lot of money, found footage is definitely the way to go. Like I say, I did really enjoy the documentary part a lot, and it kind of asked the question of, if people believe in ghosts and spirits and just paranormal in general, and everything like that. And there's always a lot of skeptics and things of that nature until they see something and everything. But like I say, overall, I thought it was pretty well acted, and yeah, just it was never really too boring either. I mean, I stayed entertained pretty much the whole time. So, like I say, I definitely recommend checking out The Devil's Well if you guys are, especially fans of found footage and paranormal activity type stuff, ghost hunters and everything like that. Which I know there's tons and tons of people out there that watch that show. So, yeah. So that's it for this review, guys, and I only have one more left to review from this batch of films that was sent to me, and hopefully get some more in and keep going on these for you guys. And yeah, so I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye.